Yep. Right, that one. Haha! I thought that would happen. And now we can read it. Yay! And we didn't really have any kind of item that was a key to give it. I'm stealing your...
I should talk to the notary first.
Oh, I can't steal his umbrella. Probably. Ooh, another spinny thing. Ah, he's through this door from the cutscene that we saw before.
Hello, sir.
Miss Walker, I presume. Have you had a good journey?
Everything went very smoothly. Thank you.
Do take a seat, Miss Walker, please.
Okay. Well, may as well just sit down. No point in waiting and wasting time doing other
I
things.
imagine you are aware of the business that brings me here.
Of course, I was waiting for you.
Right, okay. Let's ask about... let's introduce ourselves.
I am the legal representative for the Universal Toy Company. I'm responsible for...
So I understood, Miss Walker.
Okay. Let's ask about Anna.
You don't find it suspicious that Madame Vorarlberg left us so suddenly?
Her death took us by surprise. She still seemed to have so much life left in her.
Well, not quite what I meant
I
to
would
ask.
have loved to have met her.
Anna Vorarlberg was not only one of my most faithful clients, she was also a very dear friend.
Okay, well, let's go at the mission.
Miss Walker, I am afraid that the sale of the Vorarlberg factory is not as straightforward as it first seemed.
Of course not.
Whoa there. Everything was agreed. We'd obtained Anna Vorarlberg's consent, and her death does absolutely nothing to invalidate that. Now, I have to be back in New York the day after tomorrow, Metro Alphotaire. My client and I are impatient to seal this deal.
I understand only too well, Miss Walker.
There's a will, isn't there?
There is an heir, Miss Walker.
Excuse me? An heir? But Madame Vorarlberg never married, as far as I know. And in my last conversation with her, she absolutely never mentioned this detail.
Miss Walker, believe me, I was more surprised than you are. Anna Vorarlberg sent me a letter 2 days before she died. Understand, Miss Walker, that had I known about this earlier, I would have informed you. I shall read you the document in my possession. I am so very old. It seems that today life is slipping away from me more quickly than I imagined, and I fear that I will not be of this world to sign the takeover contract for my dear factory. So, I must make this confession to you now. My brother, Hans, is still alive. It would not surprise me if you find this difficult to believe, but it is indeed the truth. You must remember his death, his funeral, too. Even though you were very young at the time, it was but a sordid charade dreamt up by our father. To him, the very idea that his only son should wish to leave Baladillen and abandon the family business was unbearable. When Hans left, he preferred to think him dead and make everybody else believe this too. He obliged me to bear this terrible secret as well.
Obligated.
I repeat that Hans is still alive. So when I die, it is he who becomes the sole and rightful heir of our factory.
Okay, I see. If Hans Vorarlberg is not dead after all, then I just have to sign the contracts with him. I suppose you've already contacted him? Where can I reach him?
The second half of the letter informs us that Hans Vorarlberg is somewhere in Syberia.
Gasp.
I will leave the document in your hands to read at your leisure.
I mean, with the game called Syberia, of course. Right. Where are we up to? He obliged, obligated, if you are obliged just because it's an internal pressure, it is obligated if it's an external pressure. In this case, because she's being obligated by her father, it's an external pressure. She'll be obligated, not obliged. Sven dies. I've never had the chance to see my dear brother again. Fortunately, though, Hans and I have remained very close in thought. Throughout the years, I've been able to follow his meandering life as he sporadically sent me news. On occasions, he would write me letters, but they were rare, as my brother, since his unfortunate accident, has maintained a phobia for the written word. Okay. Okay, so we have to go and see him in person. I'm so surprised. However, he has sent me several plans of automatons that I eagerly had made up at the factory, and I admit that they have largely contributed to the success of Vorarlberg creations. Hans has always had a marvellous gift of breathing life into objects through clever combinations of cogwheels and springs. My little brother is a genius in the truest sense of the word. Let us return to the matter in hand. Rest assured of my personal conviction that my brother will not object in the slightest to the sale of the factory. If I have already passed away when you come to read this letter, it is to him that the matter should be addressed. I received his last letter 6 months ago, posted from the north of Siberia. The north of Syberia? That really narrows it down. It's like, it's the top bit of Siberia. Siberia's pretty darn long. There's a lot of the top bit of Syberia. I regret to say that I've received no more news. I'm aware of the difficult situation in which my confession and lack of further details leave you, but I wish to die with a clear conscience. I would be grateful, dear Maître Alphonse, if you could inform the American law firm with whom I have been dealing with these developments. I've grown so old, so tired. With all my respect and final greetings, Anna Vorarlberg.
Anna Vorarlberg had no further information to add?
Unfortunately not, Miss Walker. I have told you as much as I know. The situation, in legal terms, is now clear. If you want to conclude this sale, you have to find Hans Vorarlberg. Apparently, there is a body lying in the town cemetery. There also seems to be some ghost wandering around Syberia. It seems you have your work cut out for you. Believe me, Miss Walker, when I say that I am most sorry for this regrettable setback. Most sorry.
Great. What now, then?
Perhaps you will find out more in the Vorarlberg factory archives. You will find the key in the waiting room. My role in this affair finishes here with the reading of this letter. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must rest. You see, my health is not excellent at the moment, and my doctor forbids me from working for too long. I will not detain you for any longer, Miss Walker. Do not forget to close the door as you go out.
Goodbye, sir.
Right. Huh. Right. Should probably call the firm. What was it? 12... Or... I've already forgotten what it was. 458902. Oh, it's already in here. Ooh, office, mum, Olivia, Dan. Ooh, we should try calling all of them.
You have reached Martin and Lormont Associates. We're sorry, but all our lines are busy. Please call back later.
That's the... He doesn't know we didn't talk to them yet, mum. Gonna be here a bit longer. Engaged, alright. Olivia. I don't know who these people are. Oh, okay, so it's just they're all engaged because they all happen to be engaged because I don't need to talk to them. I need the key. I don't know where it is. Oh, I'm being sneaky. I'm being horrible, aren't I? Ah, I understand what's going on. I'm gonna... Oh, no. It's all part of that. Okay. So, we're gonna get something that we need to have stamped and we're going to use that to stamp without the notary's approval. I don't think that's the key we want, is it? That looks like an umbrella. Oh, a telescopic key. It is a key. Okay. Ah! Ah, that's the building we were trying to get into. Ah, double-clicking does make you run. Good. Of course.
Hello?
Kate?
Dan, I'm so pleased to hear your voice.
How are you, honey? Did you have a good journey? Have you settled in?
It was long, tiring, damp especially, but I'm okay. Especially when you...
Everything going as planned?
Yeah, I mean, well, not really. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. You know, everything's so different here.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I managed to free myself up tomorrow lunchtime. I'll come and meet you at the airport. I hope the flight from Paris won't be delayed. We're expected at the Goldbergs about 8 o'clock. I hope you have the time to take a shower and change my poor honey bun.
Dan, I don't think the Goldbergs tomorrow night is really on.
Don't worry, Kate. You'll be as perfect as ever. Anyway, you never have to wear much to look really great.
Dan, I'm going to have to extend my stay here. There's one or two complications. You understand?
Kate, honey, what are you talking about? It's only a measly toy factory.
The sale isn't going through as expected. I've got to stay a bit longer. Dan, you don't mind, do you?
But Katie, you can't do this to me. I mean, it's the Goldberg contract. There's millions of dollars on the line here.
I know, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Don't worry about me. I'll get back as soon as I can, I promise. Okay, I've got to go. I'll call you back soon. Love you, honey.
I don't like him. Should break up with him. No, I don't like him. Okay, let me just explain my reasoning. Because he's not bothered about the fact, oh, Kate, you're going to be away. Oh, I'm going to miss you. We're going to miss this thingamie. We're going to... See, there we go. We're going to lose this... I might lose this contract. Like, don't like it. I don't know why she doesn't just come clean. It's like, yeah, I've got to go and find the heir who might be in Syberia. Whose last known location was somewhere in Syberia, but we don't actually know where. It's only one complication, but it's a pretty darn huge one. So, right. Oh my goodness, is this going to be a labyrinth? Ooh, puzzles. Yeah. Oh. If in doubt, follow the left hand. Vorarlberg. I might actually need to go around this little side entrance, potentially. Oh, we're in one of those locations, are we? No, actually, I need to go to the office, don't I? Do I? I think that's what he suggested. I've already forgotten. I'm assuming that the office is up here. That music makes me think something scary is going to happen. Ah, we need to get to the office. Ah, there's Charles. Okay. I'm not surprised there was a thing in the books. I was wondering if we had to rearrange them in a particular order. It seems very odd that we've just had two. We got 2 bits of music on it. I don't like that.
This thing's jammed.
Okay. Maybe I use that music cylinder elsewhere. Valladolid, 6th of March 2002. Hang on. No. 17th of April. So this is a month later. I know how much you dislike the written word, but I do not have the time to forge you a voice cylinder. I imagine that someone in your entourage will be kind enough to read these few lines to you. I received your latest set of plans. Your project is extraordinary. Your all-time masterpiece, perhaps. Time seems to have had no effect on your genius. Quite the contrary. I am proud of you, my dear little brother. Sometimes I find it hard to believe that a century has gone by since the last time I saw you. It only seems like yesterday that you rushed away from Valladolid. We undertook production immediately, following your instructions to the letter. The locomotive was ready within a week. If only you could see it. But you will see it, that much I have promised you. It is magnificent. It seems impatient to set out on its maiden voyage. There is only Oscar left to build. I hope I will finish him soon, but as you can imagine, his mechanism is complex and takes a great deal of time and handiwork. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand you wish me to bring you that cursed prehistoric doll. The very thought of which I wonder if it's still in the cave, and if it is, what state it's in. But what does 60 years matter, after all, to an object already several thousand years old? I'm going to find it, Hans, I promise you. I have a bit of a nasty flu at the moment, which is running me down a little. I should be better in a few days, though. The sale of the factory is taking shape. The lawyer from New York should be visiting, and we'll be able to sign the contracts. Then I shall... ... Keel over and die. Madame Vorarlberg, Rougarde, Valladolid, Besançon, 20th of July 2001, so that's almost a year ago. Berrotin, Blanchard Solicitors, Association of Bailiffs, Rue Catrin, Besançon. Madame, you will have received several warnings from my office concerning penalty charges incurred on unpaid invoices from the company La Colombe. The total debt for which you are responsible currently stands at 47,782 francs 46 centimes. I strongly advise you to acquit yourself of this debt by sending the necessary funds to our payment center. In the absence of such a response on your part, I will be obliged to undertake legal proceedings against you to recover the outstanding funds. Yours faithfully, Blanchard, Bailiff. September the 23rd, the year 2000. Reference number, quite different. Madame, despite numerous follow-up letters on our part, we noticed that you still owe the sum of 80,210 francs, corresponding to invoices dated January, February, and March 1998, including increments for late payment. We are Fontenay Carpentry, Hameau de Montlieu. That would be, I don't know. It would be, how would they say that? I can't remember how to say 30. Oh, that's 35 0 40 Montreux. I think that's how they'd say it. We ask you to resolve the situation by return of post. In case of non-payment, we will be obliged to suspend all supplies and further matter to the relevant legal authorities. Which has to so it's a different group, though, isn't it? A different company. The Passerie Bank, founded in 1511, Geneva. Geneva, 4th of January 2002. These are just completely wonky. These are a different order then.